Hello, hello, and welcome, everyone. I am Lizzie, your host and one of the producers of the LizyT show. Hello, how are you? Welcome. I am so excited to be able to have another lady, another show. Some of you know that we have the last 2 month Woman on Fire, and today is going to be an special day where we have another lady, another woman on fire. We are so close to the event that is happening soon, which is on um, the month of May, rather this April, the 22nd and the 23rd, Woman on Fire, 2 incredible days. I am so looking forward to be able to celebrate incredible ladies, incredible, powerful ladies that I have done things throughout the community. And obviously, they wouldn't be recognized if it wasn't for this event, this platform that has been created by Allison Harvey, which has been incredible. So I'm looking forward to. We've been promoting this event for the last 2 years, and finally, it is here. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, please do so. Um, the email is Woman on Fire is the platform for you to be able to get your ticket. Woman on Fire, weblazin.com is the website, and I am so looking forward to such an incredible event. This is going to be amazing. So I'm looking forward to having this event, and yeah, I can't wait. I am so excited to be able to have another lady, as you can see here and on the event. We will be talking today to Wanda Pearson. She is another lady, another woman on fire. And here is a little bit of background for you to be able to identify. Um, Wanda, Wanda is Wanda Pearson experience in marketing and sales with IBM, along with her extensive background and social work and women counseling and coaching inspire her interest and passion is getting involved in community to help families and small business. Wanda created her her owned company, WD Pearson Associates LLC, with a service and LegalShield success. She is an co-author of Audience Shine and Impact of the of Voice, that both in Amazon. She is an author and an event. So I'm so excited to be able to get to know her a little bit more. And obviously, how did she got involved with Woman on Fire? How her event and all those things, which is becoming very special. So let's welcome her with a wonderful round of applause. For you to be able to get to know her as well. So let's welcome her. Hello, Wanda, and welcome to the LizyT show. How are you doing this evening?
I'm fantastic. I tell you, I love the applause. I feel like I'm in the audience, with that clapping.
Well,
Thank you,
I,
Lizzie.
which is great. One of the things that happened about 2 years ago, especially after the lockdown and the with what happened with the COVID, a lot of musicians, a lot of singer songwriters, they weren't able to perform. They weren't able to participate because of COVID, and so I started to use this to let them know that it is missing. They needed a place for them to perform, so I started doing that, and they needed it. They needed to be able to have that applause. So that's how we started, and everybody who's coming to the show now, they get that
Yeah,
incredible applause.
I
um
love it.
I know. So, tell us a little bit about your background, because one of the things that I was looking at your email and at your website. Tell
Mhm.
us, how did you become this important business?
Well, it's funny because actually, my background in corporate with IBM, after 36 years, I said,
Okay,
that's it, I'm done. So I left IBM and I knew I wanted to do something with our company, which was LegalShield, that we've been associates for 25 years this year. So having that background and being in the community, helping people to get legally protected, that was one of the things that I wanted to get out in the community. So I actually joined BNI because coming from corporate, I was in marketing, sales. I was helping sales as far as the admin part. But my passion has always been a social worker. So being in the community has always been one of the things that I wanted to do, when I retired. So when I retired, I said, I don't know how to network. I don't know how to. So I joined BNI. BNI actually has taught me how to network. Once I joined BNI, Lizzie, I tell you, I end up getting into other networking groups, getting into other. So they call me the networking queen. So I joined so many different networking groups, but then I decided COVID happened and I wanted to do more than just our services. I wanted to help other entrepreneurs. So that's why I've been actually, I got into the international virtual networking with all the different countries, Canada, South Africa, London. And that gave me the diversity to get out of my area, Atlanta, Georgia, but virtual. So when 2020 happened, I said, I need to do something different. So I got on my computer, got my Zoom, and I started having my own webinars. So my webinars with other entrepreneurs to be working together, collaborate, right? So we were collaborating to see how we can actually educate and empower other people to get in there. And when I got into my WD Pearson Associates LLC, I wanted people not to make the same mistakes that I did. I didn't realize that LegalShield had a service for LLCs where the attorney does everything for you. So I start helping people get their LLCs. So my main thing was like, what is your passion? What do you want to do? And that's why I coach with. So I actually helped them get their passion to bring it out to say what kind of business you want to be in, and how you want to pursue it. So I actually started getting down to work as far as working with other entrepreneurs and people who said, I have a passion in doing this. So I it was something that I felt proud of, that I actually helped them get into their own business, to get in, to grow. And over 5 years, I think I've been retired for almost 6 years from IBM. So it really gave me that opportunity to get more in the community, to get more working with entrepreneurs, to do more collaborating. So when I collaborated with these ladies, we were actually educating them to do that. So, and now I'm going to be starting a podcast, Ready, Set, Collaborate. So that's my next journey.
Wow, wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. Can you tell us who would be the perfect client, or the perfect person that you can say identifies you to be able to work with you? Who is the perfect market for you?
Well, actually, insurance. A lot of people.
Mhm.
I mean, Wells estate planning is that was my passion. I forgot to tell you that. That's really what I got out there and did, because insurance, life insurance, auto insurance, because people get speeding tickets, right? That's all
Right.
part of insurance, and I call myself legal insurance. So having that legal insurance, to have that, to be able to have that protection from our lawyers, to make sure you're covered, you have your legal rights are protected, and that's really what I got out there and do. So yeah, mostly that, and then small businesses. I really, my passion now is to help small businesses because a lot of businesses are not set up the right way. I want to make sure that they are set up the right way as far as in compliance with the government, taxes. They have the right entity. A lot of people may not have the right entity. So people who are actually have a passion to start their business, home-based businesses, small businesses, and actually, it's funny. I just sold a small business today, so that makes me happy when I can be when that client that comes to me that I don't know, I don't expect, that I can help them. So anybody that actually need legal protection is my clients, really. So
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm glad that you were able to explain that in detail. That way, people are able to communicate with you. So, one of the things that I don't want to forget is what is the website for people to be able to connect with you?
and I put it in the chat, in the private chat, but it's
Yep.
actually WD Pearson Associates.com. That's my website, but also with Legal Shield, Dennis Pearson dot We Are Legal Shield. Dennis is my husband since he started the business, and I said it should be Wanda Pearson, but we work together. Yep. So that's my website, and I'm actually revamping my website. I'm rebranding it as well, and you can see a lot of things that I'm doing is going to be on that website, especially my podcast. So with my business, yeah, WD Pearson Associates, but also Legal Shield is Dennis Pearson dot We Are LegalShield.com. And for Canada, we do Canada too. Instead of
Wow.
.com, is .ca. So instead of .com is .ca. So that way you can actually get my website and you can work with me. So that's the difference between me and other legal shield reps, other people, because my passion, people see what I'm doing, and I like to
Right.
help people. I don't just leave them after you become a member. I like to make sure that they're taken care of. So
As I can see on the screen right here, that is the website. If you are just logged in, you'll be
yeah,
able to connect with her. And yeah, obviously there is you'll be able to connect.
yeah,
Let's talk about Woman on Fire. Let's talk
yes.
about how were you nominated, or how were you. Is this the first time that you've been part of Woman on Fire? Can you give us a little bit of background, and who nominated you?
Yeah, well, Allison nominated me. Allison, I didn't even know Allison. Allison, you never know who's actually watching you, and that's the thing about it. By me being on Facebook, on social media, on Instagram, Allison came to me and said she wanted to nominate me, for Woman on Fire, and I was really honored to be to be nominated. I said, really? What? And I asked her that. I said, Allison, how did you find me? She said, oh, I look around and I see women that's on fire, that's actually doing different things, and I've been had more webinars and different activities that I've been in, and also I've been in magazines. So this is something that God has really been putting me, Lizzie, into doing things that I said, and you can see that video. I had never say never. God has a plan for you. So that
That's
was one
right.
of the interviews I did. Um, and I just thought I would never do what I'm doing now because I came from a background. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, where I had an abusive stepfather. And when somebody say you're not going to be anything, you're never going to be anything. But look at God. God has actually brought me into everything that I'm doing. And Allison saw that in me, and she nominated me. So I am so happy to be part of this. I just hate that I'm not going to be in Toronto, Canada. You know?
Well, yeah, we were talking behind the scene just a little while ago, and unfortunately, maybe not this year, but maybe next time, you'll be able to come and participate and be part of the long weekend event, and
Yes.
also the gala, or uh, the uh, the event that is happening on Friday.
Hmm.
But you'll be able to attend via Zoom, and
Yes.
yes, and be able to be nominated and get your award.
Yes.
How does it feel? Because this is obviously is the very first time. You had no idea, you'd
Mhm.
never heard of it. Um, what would you expect? What would you realize that this is all about?
Well, it's about women that are actually having their own businesses, to really doing things in the
That's right.
community, and about helping others, but also being out there in putting yourself out there, because I tell you, when I actually started doing my webinars, I kept telling people you have to be on social media in order to be net recognized. Nobody's going to know your business is out there if you're not on social media. So it just felt it felt absolutely great um, that she nominated me. And like I said, I didn't even know Allison, so she just reached out to me on WhatsApp and we start talking, and we couldn't get off the phone. So I mean, it's like the first time you meet. It's like we've been friends all along. But I just want to let you know they're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia next year. So I'm going to be there because I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So
Okay, that's right. That's right. So this is the ninth, 11th year rather that Woman on Fire is celebrating this incredible event,
Mhm.
and there is people and ladies from all over the world, not just from Canada, not just from the United States, but
Mhm.
other for also from other parts of the world. And this is the second time that. Is going to be in the United States in Atlanta. So that's going to be an incredible opportunity. And because
Yeah.
you are in the states, this is going to be. I wish I can go to as well. Hopefully, I
Yeah.
will be able to attend as
I
well.
hope so. Come to Atlanta. Come to Atlanta. There's a
Come
lot
to
to do in
Atlanta,
Atlanta.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, One of the things that I noticed too is, as a woman that has the background and has some of the history, what would you say that is, how would you encourage, or how would you recommend someone that is nominated for to be a woman on fire?
Well, it's really about sharing what you do, and it's about
That's right.
empowering, collaboration, and my thing has always been collaboration. When I actually started getting into my own thing, I wanted to make sure that we're collaborating with each other. When you collaborate with each other, entrepreneurs together, we can be successful. So it's about just really getting out there and and sharing your story. I share my story, and people see my passion of how I am. And I guess Allison could see, especially when she saw some of my videos of what I was doing. And it's really about just really getting to know people, relationships, right? Relationships with each other, getting that one-on-one conversation. I have one-on-one conversations because when you go to different networking, you got 1 minute to talk, 3 minutes to talk, and you really don't get to know each other. So really having that relationship that you build with other women, other men, whatever. Which if you have, because I mean I belong to business association as well, but getting involved, it really is about getting involved. Now I do mentoring as well. So God just brought me back around to my counseling I used to do anyway. So I mentor middle school girls as well. So, and my biggest thing with them, and I'm gonna say with everybody else, is affirmations.
Wow.
I can do anything I want to do. I always say I'm strong. So every one of my girls, the girls that I mentor, it's middle school, they have to tell me, what are their affirmations? I am brave. I have courage. So the same thing with women. Some women
Wow.
don't think that they're brave enough. They don't think that they can do that. But with all things, you can do anything you want to do. And that's what I talk about in my book. Actually, is coming out too. So you can see that one there. I just finished it, Lizzie. So now it's with the editor. So I'm excited.
And actually, you encouraged me to ask you about your book.
Mhm.
What inspired you, and how does it feel to be able to be an author? I mean, one of the things that, as an author myself, it is very challenging to be able to write a book and to finish and to have an inspiration, and to sell it. What inspired you to write your book?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, and this was another thing that God put me into. One of the young ladies, she was one of my clients. She called me and she said, "Wanda, God told me to call you." I said, "Okay, what did He say?" I'm like, I'm not gonna disobey God. Well, she wanted me to be part of her, and that was the first collaboration book. I was in Audacity to Shine. I love the title, the Audacity to Shine, and having the Audacity to Shine. I started writing my book. I didn't really want to do it, but it actually brought up things that I thought I had buried in my life. So that was the first book. So that was a collaboration book we did 2 years ago. The second was actually one of the well-known speakers, R.V. Robinson, out of and first one is actually author C. Nicole. But The second was the impact of one voice. Aubrey Robinson called me again and said, Wanda, we're doing a collaboration. I said, oh, no, no, more collaboration books. But she said, no, this is going to be different. So the impact of one voice was another one that I actually did with her, with quite a few other people from all around the world, all different countries. And that book actually became number one on Amazon. So
Wow.
I wanted to have my own book cover.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So they asked me to be part two of those books again. I said, no, I'm writing my own book. So my book is God's Grace Through the Fire, From Struggle to Triumph. So I went through the fire. I struggled, but it was really hard, Lizzie, because a lot of things that I buried it deep inside came back up. And my daughters, by the way, I have two married daughters and six grandchildren, and married 41 years, be 42 years. My daughters read the book and they said, "Mommy, you need to go to see a therapist." I said, "Why do I need to see a therapist? I don't need to see a therapist. I mean, you know, I just didn't think I needed it. But
Mhm.
actually, all of the hurt that I had buried deep inside, it brought it out. And writing this book was another. Oh my God, it was really. I had to sit down again and stop,
Mhm.
like you said, stop because a lot of things start coming up about my childhood and how I've survived. My mother, she actually first time she had sex, she had me. She was actually just graduating from high school. Her and my father, when she was 17, my father was 16. So I was blessed to be able to get out of that. That's why I said from the, through the fire, I went through fire, but I actually struggled to get out of it. But I actually triumphed to be who I am today, and that's actually being not letting fear. And that's another thing I tell people: we let fear get in the way, right? But if you have
Mhm.
faith, that's when you actually continue with God that bless you and take you because He knows His plans for you. He knows what He wants you to do, and it's just that
Amen to that.
He keeps putting me into different things. I'm like, okay, God, I didn't know I was going to do this. Okay, okay, but and I am so proud of myself that I got through everything that I've been through, especially being in corporate for 36 years and being able to come out of corporate to do what I'm doing now. Because this is something, Lizzie, that I thought everything that you see here, I never thought I would do this. So don't be afraid to do anything, especially when God is in the plan for you. So,
One of the things that I don't want to forget is for people that will like to order the book,
mhm.
which is called right here, as you can see on the screen, God's Grace Through the Fire, From Struggle to Triumph. Where
Mhm.
can people get a copy of the book through this website only, or can they also get it through another website?
With this website, because I'm still in the midst. It's in pre-sale. That's the pre-sale website. That's actually me. And what I would do once I have finished it, I will put it out and I will mail that copy to it. It's going to be an autographed copy. So right now it's with the editor, and then it's going with the formatting. So I finished I finally finished it. And of course, the editor. I don't know if they have edits, whatever. Um, I'm expecting it to be out probably in May, April, May, or before. But this is a pre-sale. This is actually a pre-sale where you get the autographed copy of it. You get special attention from Wanda if you do the pre-sale. So that's what this
Okay.
is. Yes, yes.
Who would you say can't identify or benefit from your book? Who would you say is one of the people that will actually get an information or get something from this
Mhm.
book? Is it women mostly, men mostly, an older age, a younger age? Who would you say will be the best people to identify from your book?
I say younger to, it doesn't matter, women and women. I mean, I talk to people because what in this book, what I'm
Yeah.
doing, I'm actually helping people. As I go through my chapters, I edify with Bible verses. God just gave me Bible verses to edify, but I also wrote a journey. So a journal, I'm sorry, journal. So I believe anybody, especially young, I've told you I'm mentoring young women that are actually going through that they think they are not worth anything and they let that fear stop them. So I talk about how don't let your fear stop you. You know you have that destiny to be able to be the greatest that you're going to be. So and I just say just women, it could be men. Men may go through this as well.
It's true.
So what I do is actually write the journal, but my last part of my chapter is about forgiveness. It took me
Hmm.
a long time, and I really talk. I really wrote two chapters on forgiveness, how you have to forgive yourself first. So a lot of times we think it's our fault. It's not your fault, but you got to forgive yourself first, and then forgive the person who continue to maybe still hurting you. So you just never know. Everybody can can benefit from this book because we all go through things that we just don't want to forgive someone.
That's
And I'm
true.
gonna tell you, it took me a long time. Like I mean, my stepfather, I didn't know until I was actually I was a sophomore in college when he had died, right? But I just never liked him because what he did to me and my mother and my brother. And when I moved to Atlanta, God, it was like, oh my, I don't know, so many years. I didn't realize I had not forgiven him. And that's what made me write that chapter to say, oh my God, I thought I forgave this man. Because I mean, I went on about my business, but anyone that actually it's an inspiration that can help them get through anything that they go through. Because fear can stop you from doing anything you really want to do. Because you say, I can't do this, but you can. And that's why I talk about it in the book. You can do anything. You can do anything, and Christ will strengthen you. And He's the one who strengthened you to get to where you are. But you know, when you're stuck, and that's why I tell people, don't get stuck in that place. Get out of that place, and you would just see how blessed you would be once you get out of that. Because it took me a long time, and finally I did that, and I let go. And look what I'm doing now. you know. So,
I understand, and I completely realize that it is one of the most difficult things to do is to be able to forgive. And I
mm-hmm,
personally have the same experience myself to be able
mm-hmm,
to forgive someone who really hurt me. But,
mm-hmm,
thank God I was able to go through that myself and to forgive myself, to forgive the person that went against
mm-hmm.
my life. And you feel better, um
Yes.
you feel that you can move on, and you can definitely identify I can definitely identify with what you're talking about. So it
Mm-hmm,
is difficult, I agree with you, but
mm-hmm.
like you said, I can do all things through Christ that strengthen me. So
Absolutely.
absolutely, I really wish you for people to be able to recognize and sign up and get this book, because it will help you,
Mm-hmm.
will help them, and they will help you to grow as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, it will. Yes, and you know what, Lizzie? As I was writing this, I had to keep asking God to forgive me, because then it's bringing back up stuff. You know what I mean? And
Yes,
it's still the continued forgiveness, and that's why the last part of this book I've talked about forgiveness, so I can actually heal myself all over again. So and it was really really hard. But when I went through the therapist, I did go through to about 6 or 7 times. She helped me, but I also helped her as well. So with that
hmm,
social work in me. So, and that's really what my goal is in this book, is to help people, because you let your self-esteem, somebody can ruin your self-esteem, they can ruin your confidence. I know that happened with my mother. I was more like a mother to her. And my thing with her is, don't let nobody steal your joy. And I talk about that in this book. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Renew your self-esteem, your confidence, because it's within you. You just got to
that's
bring it
right.
out. So,
Love it, love it. Well, I can't believe that times is going completely fast here. I
yeah.
know we can have all day, all night conversation, all afternoon or evening conversation, but hopefully you will be able to attend Woman on Fire in Atlanta next year.
Oh
But you
yeah.
will be able to attend via Zoom, which is
Mhm,
going to be great.
mhm,
Not the same as in person, but you will be able to attend
yeah.
via Zoom as well. Just to for other people that are watching or will be watching later on, what's the next step on your business? What are you looking forward in the next year or so, growth wise, other than the book?
Well, I am actually, that's another thing that God put me to do. I am actually going to be, I'm going to be doing my own podcast, which is Ready, Set, Collaborate. So I've already got the domain for that. So that's what I'm working on now. I've already started working. I've already got some of my guests that I'm going to have, where I wanted to make sure, I want entrepreneurs or anybody who has a business or don't have a business, how did they get into collaborating with other people to be successful, to get to where they are. So I've already got my list ready, and that is going to be in May. So I'm going to be launching that in May. Ready, Set, Collaborate. So stay tuned for that. Look out for that as well. And I'm going to be speaking, doing more speaking, as far as what I'm doing there. So doing now. Yes.
Wow. Wow. From being retired to starting your own thing, and from growing and talking and podcast and
Yeah.
book. My goodness, look at you. Congratulations. This is incredible.
Thank
From
you.
somebody who's doing all this all of a sudden. It's incredible, and that deserves another
Thank you.
applause. That's incredible. Well, thank you so much, Wanda, for being here.
Thank
We
you.
will see you on the 23rd via Zoom. And
Yes.
congratulations again for being nominated as a Woman on Fire. And
Thank
hopefully, we'll
you.
see you next year in Atlanta
Oh, you will see me because I'm going to be here. I'm going to be right
for
there, front
sure.
and center.
For sure.
Well,
Thank
thank
you
you,
so
Lizzie.
Thank you, sweetheart, and we'll see you soon. Congratulations again on being nominated, and
Thank
everyone
you.
will be back with another Woman on Fire very, very soon. I'm Lizzie, your host, and have an amazing evening. Bye bye for now.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.